Hello guys, welcome to another video of this channel. So today we're going to be talking about SignalHire, right? Just kind of review it and basically explain what this platform is all about. Now here you're not going to get a job as per se, like you can't work here, but this is actually a tool that you can use to find job opportunities. For example, let's say you want to, work at Apple. You can come to companies possibly here. Then you click on Apple, right? And you can view the employees. Now, usually people that are registered here, or the employees, most of them that are here, are usually top management, right? If let's say you want to apply to a certain position right here, you can actually find the email of an HR manager. So that's what Signal does. And it basically connects you with recruiters. So you're able to find the top managers of that company and search for their contacts and just contact them, maybe email them your CV or credentials or whatever with ease. Now, I did a little bit of research on SignalHire, and it has 3.1 stars out of 41 reviews, which is not bad, right? And most of these reviews are basically few, right? So I couldn't get like the full picture, right? And if you go through them, you will see that most of these are kind of like mixed, right? There are people that do have bad experience, and some that have good experience, and some that kind of have not much best, kind of in the middle, right? For example, this one has said SignalHire isn't the worst tool out there, but it definitely has some drawbacks. While it does provide contact information, the accuracy can be hit or miss, especially when it comes to phone numbers. So as I've mentioned earlier, here you can find different contacts for different employees of different companies. For example, this South Aramco, the oil company, I think it's from what is it, UAE or something. You can actually view employees in contact information here, and you're also able to kind of study the statistics of the company, like for example, how many employees the company has, the revenue that the company generates, and basically when it was now founded. Like, so you can actually create a new project right here. Possibly if you have a company, or maybe you have some sort of a job or something like that, you can actually come to job projects here and create a new projects. And you can also generate like a list of maybe companies that you're interested in, or maybe people and employees, like top or kind of officials and management. You can generate that list. Then the sequences, the lead tracker. So another thing worth mentioning right here, if you look at the top right corner right here where it says 4 or 5. Now these are credits, right, that you have. For example, if let's say I want to open maybe a certain company, right, and I just want to view maybe certain contacts. Whenever I open that contact, I use credits, right? Maybe 1 credit, something like that, right? So usually you are given 5 if you're using a free version, but you can actually buy more credits in order to open more contacts. So, and for profile, you come to this icon right here, and then you can actually see your profile, like your name, email, maybe the company, and so on, right? Billing history here, you can check your billing history. For example, if you buy maybe a certain package, like a subscription, right, it will be listed here. For example, now I'm using a trial, free trial, so it's 0, and I didn't purchase anything. It's the one that is actually effective right here. Then we have integrations and API. If you have like some sort of like maybe a website or an application or anything like that that you want to integrate Signal with, you can actually create one here. And they also have like integrations, for example, like the applicant tracking system. You can actually connect some of these here, right? Then we have users and invites. You can invite people, first the notification here to here, then of the inbox, right? Where you can get maybe messages. Then if you send a message, you find them there, the draft stuff. You can actually maybe change a few settings, kind of put your own preferences, right? Now, assuming that you have a company that maybe you want to search more about, just come here and type the name of the company right here. Right, and it will pop up. And you can also maybe search the knowledge base, maybe on different aspects that you need to learn about. Then right down here, we have like different kind of articles, I think, which basically addresses maybe certain things or certain questions that you have. Like, for example, how to search by one or more locations, how to title filter work, and all those kind of things. So if you need that kind of information, you come here. Right now on this page, you can actually see different plans right here. For example, the free, you've got 0 per month, right? You don't pay anything, and there's obviously like you get 5 credits every time. So these credits, you can use them to search for information that you're looking for, like phone numbers, emails, and maybe stuff, different packages right here. So some of the top companies that you're going to find here include companies like Microsoft, right? It's like Accenture is another company. Google is also there. You're going to find Google employees right here, Pfizer, and so on. Another thing, you can actually find these companies, right? By what they do, like the industry that they're in. For example, like tourism, right? You can actually find them maybe by, education, IT, building, whatever, aerospace. You can actually find like a bunch of companies that are into these kind of industries. And then here we have the products that this platform offers, the database, browse extension. Oh, you can actually put extensions here. Then the API, the lead tracker, email sequences, knowledge hub, the directories, company directories. Okay, you'll find a lot of information about companies right here. People directory, different people, especially top management. Now, one thing that I would say is that personally, I haven't really used SignalHire. I think I used it for one company when I was actually looking for an HR manager for one company. But I did find the emails, like really company emails there. Then I sent my resume to that company. So I think it depends, right? It depends on what you're actually looking for, right? It can be a job. Probably maybe you're looking for a company that you want to do business with. So basically your participation here will depend on what you want to use the platform for. Like, what are you actually looking for? So as I've mentioned before, that this platform does have a good review, right? Not bad. As you can see, it has a 3.0 reviews. And like on the stats, like here, you can see like 27 of the users actually gave it 5 stars, right? And then 61% 1 star. Now, one thing that I learned right from just studying these reviews, I'll say some people were actually pissed off, right, when it comes to their data being kind of, they said, exposed or something like that. As you can see, this person says, this company legally obtained my data, right? And they obtained my data and refused to remove it because I couldn't email them from the business email. They did not have the correct email on the file, and they had the correct information they took without my consent. But again, SignalHire doesn't basically just take anybody's information unless and until possibly you are working for a certain company and if you're in a certain position. So you can actually read some of these positive ones, kind of like 4 stars. And these are the ones that I usually trust the most because they usually give unbiased judgments, right? Like, for example, it's a good extension. I use it for reach. There are inaccuracies. Sometimes site is not the main email. So guys, that's all about SignalHire, and it is an interesting tool that you can actually use to find the dream job that you're looking for from the dream company that you want to work for. And I've used it personally, and I think it did kind of give me what I wanted. It's an interesting tool, right? And again, thank you for watching this video, and until then, see you on the next one.